right, I want to share with you guys the nonsense that I've had to deal with so far this year in the garden and why I may have to invest in a shotgun. I'll take you over here to the garden patch. So the deer came back and lunged their assault on these plants. I'll have to show you guys what they look like. They've come in here and just decimated these chokeberries. And the elderberry, I think there's maybe 3 leaves left on this elderberry. It's just in pretty bad shape what they've done to these plants. And I stuck the mint here, hoping that the mint, because I know they don't like mint, hoping that they would smell the mint and run away, but nope. They went on and just massacred this plant. Same thing here. They just about destroyed this other chokeberry. And this is the second time they've done this amount of damage to this chokeberry. And this time they didn't even spare the stem of the plant. They didn't just eat the leaves, they ate down the stem. So I've had to come in here and cover these plants. They started eating up on these blueberries. And so I'm using some netting, a combination of netting. This is chicken wire with a hoop that I'm using to cover this cherry tree. I also did some damage to the raspberry, and you can't happen at all. I've put some chicken wire over that, and I've covered some of these berries. I'm actually getting some raspberries here, but I went ahead and just covered them up. They also came in here, and I know they don't like asparagus. That's why I planted the asparagus in here. They left the tomatoes alone, but they did come in here and chew down on the asparagus. They did some damage to the asparagus here. That's them chewing the asparagus. And then they came over here and chewed down on the calendula. I know they don't like calendula. I intentionally planted them, in the front in case they came in the garden. They would find things that they didn't like, which it kind of worked to my advantage. So this garden was able to stay intact. I'm going to show you some things that I'm doing to keep them away, and also some more damage that they've done. They came in here before I could get these tomato cages, and they chewed down on some of my apple trees and did some damage to this tree along with this tree. And this one, they went to town on this plant. I've had to come in here and really try to do some damage control. These are just some temporary solutions that I have found, but I kind of have to stay on top of it. If I go one night and I don't put the radio out, then they'll come and do damage to the plants. This has also helped, but I kind of have to stay on top of it. It's just one of those things. If it rains, you got to reapply. And I think that's what happened. We had so much rain, and I ran out of this deer and rabbit repellent. And before I could get more, they lunged their assault. But it has been very effective using these 2 products. I know it's just a temporary fix, but at least it will keep them off my plants until I could get a more, permanent situation going, which is fencing and quite possibly running a live wire to keep them off these plants. So now how my gardening is going. Just the deer is just giving me a run for my money, and I'm hoping I don't have to invest in a shotgun. And to add insult to injury, I'm trying not to be a victim here, but I found my beloved apple tree. I know it was struggling, but I was hoping it would pull through, but I think it just totally rotted away. I'm not sure why this apple tree died on me. I'm not, the only thing I can think of that I did different was the container in which I overwintered it. That's the only thing I can think of, but the whole tree is dead. So Stark Brothers will have to replace this for me, and I'll show you the other one that died along with this tree. So they have both died on me. They are this is the Cortland Apple Dwarf variety, and I think the other one is the Honey Crisp Apple Dwarf variety. Okay, so just an update on just some of the things I'm dealing with in the garden. Never a dull moment.